Hello and welcome to this tutorial for today. We're going to learn how to set up really quick a Mozilla Hubs room that can be accessed from the desktop for VR environments. It can also be accessed through a VR headset. Today's demo is going to focus on a VR classroom through Mozilla Hubs for an architecture class focusing on Le Corbusier. So first we want to begin by entering the URL for Mozilla Hubs. Once we get this, we want to go into the website and create an account. Now, I would highly recommend installing the desktop app. The interface and controls are a lot easier to use on the desktop. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Once it's downloaded, then going to open up this application. And from here, I am then going to go into Spoke. Spoke is the site that allows you to create your space. And once your space is created, you can then import that into a room where you can invite others to collaborate on certain experiences or lessons. So I'm going to do get started here. And a new project. These tutorials are also really good if you want to learn more in-depth information about specific elements that you can import and use in Spoke. I highly recommend those tutorials. They're really quick and easy to understand. So I'm just going to do a new empty project. All of these options right here would start you off with a pre-made environment. So now that we're in Spoke's editing platform, we are going to navigate over to the right here. These are all of the items that are in your environment. And so we've got a skybox, a light, a spawn, floor, and a terrain. So I don't really want this terrain. I think that it is distracting. I'm just going to click on it and delete it by pressing backspace. So this guy right here, he's basically showing you how the dimensions in this area are laid out compared to the scale of your avatar. And so you think of this guy as like a human scale. And for this specific environment, we want to create a classroom where students can go into various architecture pieces made by Le Corbusier. And so to do that, I'm going to import a few models. The really cool thing about using Mozilla Hubs is that it has this thing called Sketchfab integrated already in. I'm going to place this here real quick. It has Sketchfab already integrated into its library. So you already have a ton of different objects and models to choose from. These range from small objects such as a clock to large objects such as an entire environment. Highly recommend exploring them. And there's unlimited models that you can choose from. This search bar right here lets you choose from the specifically desired model of your choice. And that is just with Sketchfab. If you look over to the left here under assets, you can see that there is an entire list of libraries that we can import models from, and it's super easy. So let me just show you how to do that really quick. So I'm going to go back to, let's see, I'm going to delete this just so I can revisit this process. So when you open up this initially, you're going to see this layout. And to import a model, you're going to click model. It's going to give you a basic model that is just the temporary model that you can then replace with anything of your liking. So I'm going to go here to Sketchfab. And if you look to the right under properties and navigate down to this URL, this is a URL that is pulling this model from Sketchfab, the website. And say I want to look up Le Corbusier and different models by him, or not by him, but models of his architecture. You'll look here and it gives me an entire list of different buildings that I can just import by clicking into my scene. So let's start with this chair. Okay, so I have a chair. I haven't done anything with it. It's just locked to my mouse location. If I want to place it somewhere, I am just going to move my mouse in that location and then left click to place it. Now you see that these arrows pop up. These arrows allow you to move the chair around the space. You've got X, Y, Z coordinates here. You can also increase or decrease the scale of the space by pressing Y on your keyboard. As you see, it gives you some bars. You can just click on these bars. Let's see. Or I actually recommend clicking on this cube because it will scale your object proportionately. So I'm going to go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. And say that I want this chair to face this person, I'm going to have to rotate this chair. So in order to do that, you just press R on your keyboard and it gives you 3 different axes to rotate around. This is the X axis. This is the, that is the Z or Y axis, and then this is the Z axis. So the other one was the Y axis. So I'm going to undo those things because I don't want my chair to be rotated like this. And to undo any actions that you take in this platform, all you have to do is press Control and Z. All right, so it's almost there. It's back to the original rotation that I had. I just want to rotate my chair around so that it is facing that center point of the grid. And I'm going to go ahead and move it. In order to get back to the move tools, you want to press T for translate. So then I'm going to just move it back a little bit. And I'm going to delete this duck. So I'm just going to click on it with my left mouse key and press backspace. So there we go. There's a chair right here. This is that's as easy as it is. You can do this with all of these models here. You can also, if you don't see the model that you want on this library in Spoke, you can do this other thing where you import models into Spoke using only the URL from the models that you find in Sketchfab. And it's so easy, it's and free. You can get a ton of free models imported into this environment super easily. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to type in Sketchfab. I already have an account in Sketchfab, so you'll want to go ahead and sign up for an account. So we have all these different options to choose from. I'm just going to go ahead and enter my search because I know what I want. So I'm just going to say Lake or Bussier, enter. And there you go. Look at all these free downloadable models that you can import into your scene. So say that there is this building right here that is not already in the library. So if I look here, this is all the options that this is presenting for Le Corbusier, but when you go to the website, it has a whole bunch more models to choose from. I want the Ronchamp, and I'm just going to click on this. It's going to load. And all you have to do from this point on is go up to the URL bar, click on it, copy the URL, go back to your space in Spoke, and go to My Assets, or no, go to Elements, go to Model, click on Model. There's that filler duck here. Click it, just put it down, and then navigate to the right where it says Model URL. Click this URL, delete it, and paste in the URL from that site. Okay, this is actually a really good opportunity to explain why that didn't work. So that model did not show up, and the reason for that is I did not click this option up here, downloadable. This means that it can be taken off of Sketchfab and imported into another site. So you need to make sure your object, the model that you want to use, is downloadable. So I'm gonna try that again. All right, say I want these glasses, and it's not in the library. You can see that it doesn't have any glasses here, like Corbusier's. So now that we got this downloadable and free 3D model of these glasses, all I have to do, and I'm just gonna look at this model, it looks great. I'm just going to go up here to the URL, copy that, navigate then to my Spoke space and delete this guy. Go to Elements, erase that, click on Model, go to Model URL under Properties, and paste in that URL. There you go. You now have a 3D model pair of Le Corbusier's glasses. So say I want to make these really big, I'm just going to press Y. It's going to let me scale these up or down. I just want these glasses to be huge. I want students to be able to look at this architecture as if they were Le Corbusier themselves, and they need to look through these glasses in order to view the architecture. So I'm going to move that here and then rotate it, pressing R. There. And T to move it right in front of this chair. All right, perfect. This is exactly the space that I wanted. Now, a few tips on how to navigate through this space. All you have to do is press your mouse, your left key, and just rotate by moving it in the direction that you want. You can also, if you want to focus on a specific object, you can click that object and press F, and it will give you a clear view of that object. You can use the middle mouse key to scroll and move closer to the object. There we go, that's perfect. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and import a few more models to look at for students. So this is our scene now. I want to publish this to Hubs. So what I'm going to do first is save it. All you have to do to save is press Control S. And there you go. Create a name for this space. I'm gonna say Le Corbusier demo. Saving it. After you save it, just publish it to Hubs by clicking this top right corner. So you don't have to click any of these. I would just save and publish. It's going to give you a list of all of the different polygon counts, materials, textures, lights, file size. Just click Publish Scene. And it's going to upload. It'll take about a minute to upload. From here, you're going to then click View Your Scene. This is going to shoot you then to Mozilla Hubs. This is the site that your students would access if they are trying to enter into the space. So go ahead and create a new room with this scene. So a room and a scene are different things. You just created a scene and you want to now create a room where people can explore your scene. If you need to go back and edit anything, it's super simple. All you do is edit in Spoke and then save and export it the same way. So I'm going to do create a room with this scene. All right, so it's giving you a rundown of who's in your room. It's saying that you can enter it on a VR headset or just enter it from your desktop. We're just going to enter it from our desktop. Just click that button, enter room, enter on screen. Decide if you want the audio. I'm going to say enter now. And there you go, you're in your scene. So with this, you can navigate it the same way that you would do when you're editing your space. In order to move, it gives you a little information right here on how to move around. So A is left, W is forward, D is right, and S is back. And we can explore these buildings in all directions. So if you want to share this room with students, all you have to do is click this button, share, and it will give you either a link, a code, or something that you can embed on your page, such as Moodle. You can get notifications when other people arrive. A really easy way is just to copy this and send it in an email or however you communicate with your students. And all you have to do is click on that link and they will enter the room and you'll be able to see them in avatar form. You'll also be able to talk to them in real time and even share your screen if that's what you decide. Another cool feature of this platform is that you can say, I want to navigate over to this chair so that we can talk about it. I'm going to use W key to move forward. And I want to take notes now. I want to use my, say, Wacom tablet to describe some important features of this chair. I'm going to click on this pen here. And now I can say this chair is really important, right? This would be much easier if I had a Wacom tablet, but I'm using my mouse. So you get the idea. I can use it to draw arrows, to write notes, to get other students to participate. All right, so that's the basic rundown of this Mozilla Hub. You can press escape to get rid of that pen. It's a super easy to use platform. It can also be accessed through a headset. It's way more fun through a headset, but it's really great that you can edit, and if the headsets are not available, you can also view important features from just your computer. So that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Feel free to send me any questions if you have any. My information will be provided in the link below.